Rivers governor don't approve 100,000 Christmas bonus for workers and pensioners. Can you talk to that
But
us about that? Yeah. Mm.
um, okay, I think it all started last December. He gave 100,000 to civil servants in the state, and also again this year he gave 100,000, which has never happened. The last time they gave, well, I think it was Peter Odili or so that gave 20,000. But during the era of the past governor, now the FCT minister, there was nothing like that. So him
And so
giving
this is
those things
Fubara.
out,
Fubara's doing this, right? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, Fubara is doing it. So it's a good one. It's a good one. But politicians, they can be funny. You never can tell what is in his heart. If he's doing it to expose the former governor,
To
to show
embarrass
that
him. Yeah.
maybe yes, to show that Rivers State will have the money. So let's use the money for the citizens. Yeah, like this December also he gave 100,000 to civil servants. It's a good one, but
Can I ask you a question?
if he
The money came from the state treasury. Did it come from the state government, or was it from his
yes,
own
yes, yes,
pocket? And there's a
it's
lot of
from
state
this. I
workers.
believe it's from the state.
No, it's
It's from the
okay.
state.
It's
State
okay.
treasury, of course.
Yes, but it's
So
okay. It doesn't. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead,
my my only
Tabori.
my only my only intention is that the only thing is that if he's doing it with a good heart, not to maybe um well, how am I going to put it now? To make somebody looks bad, or no politicians doing
But
it to
for
want to
strategic
empower.
purposes, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it's a good
My
one. But if he's doing it to make the previous administrator administration look bad, that means
Well,
he has missed.
my thing is that even if he's making it to look bad, that's okay because to me, politics is about pleasing the people. So if you want to look
Yeah,
good and you want to look better than the last governor, do something that the people like. So to me, I don't care about the motive. What I care about is that as long as he's giving the money, he doesn't have another motive. Like maybe later on when he has power, he'll stop doing those types of things. But my thing is that to me, we need to get to the point where we vote for politicians based on results, not based on their intentions. So if I were a
yeah,
civil, this guy is building power the right way. Because in a true democracy, you have to please the people, sort of like what
the
Trump wants
people
to do.
first.
I don't think
Yeah.
Trump cares about the people, but he knows that if he wants the people to vote for him, he has to give them what they want. So I think this is a good move, but I think it's not only
And again,
it's just
and again, Fubara, before he became the governor of Rivers State, he was a
yeah,
civil servant, and a
it's just
civil
yeah
servant knows the pains of other civil
of
servants.
working. Yeah.
Like
The only question I
yes,
have is go ahead. Yeah, yeah,
and the minimum wage that they approved was 70,000, but in Rivers State increased it to 85,000, which
yeah.
he has been
The only
he has
problem I
started
have
paying.
is that the only problem I have is does he do all of this by himself like a dictator, or was this passed through legislation through the state and everything, and everybody
Now
agreed?
in politics is guy is men that are there. So whatever thing you
Yeah, that's the
approve, they
only
will not
problem
go
I have is
against
that
it. They will just
yeah, that's the only problem I have is
pass
that
it
even before you
to approve it.
yeah, even before you approve it, even on that level, I think it should be approved by the whole state, by everybody, not just that he's doing it by himself, because that's just a sign he's going to be just like Wike. Oh, I have the power to do what I want, rather than
Yeah.
deliberate with everybody. But it's still a good move. But also, we still need to take into account that when now that they pay civil servants more, is not that the civil servants are his friends and then the rest of the population is not. The rest of the population should also be seeing benefits from him being in president, not just helping the civil servants. But I think it's a good start.
But
What do you think?
one thing about governance or about politicians is that one thing I
Yeah.
believe there's no politician that is totally useless. Why am I saying this? Because the former governor of Rivers State, when he was, I think before he left office, he built about 12 flyovers in Rivers State, and you can see the result. Some areas in Rivers State where you have serious traffic jam, like in Rumola, Rumokoro,
Yeah.
Artillery. But with the flyovers now, you don't have those, what's it called? Those hold up, those traffic jams during rush hour
Yeah.
anymore.
Mhm.
You can just drive from one place to another without traffic. So
Yeah.
as Sim is doing this now, that is giving the 100,000 to civil servants. By the time he's no more in power, the next governor, whoever that comes in, if that person is able to do that, then he's indicting
Yeah.
the
So
next
that's
governor
why
to
it's more
stop.
important to me. It's more important let me be, I don't know, in Nigeria, does each state have a separate constitution also? No. Or do they have their own
I
state?
don't think.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't,
What I'm trying to say is this should be nationally constitutional changes, better pay for
yeah,
police, better pay for civil servants, and also
yeah.
university workers. Like a lot of times, universities don't pay their workers for months, and they say if you don't come to work, we'll sack you. So this, what he's doing is good, but it's not going to solve the problem in Nigeria because once he leaves,
Yeah.
someone else will do something different.
Oh,
But it's still a good,
Of course,
it's still a good sign.
of
But
course.
like you said, I don't think it's a sign that the state is going to do better in Nigeria. What's going to make the state better is that the schools are better, the roads are better, the
mhm.
crime reduces, and
Yeah.
those things. What do you think? What do you think, Saeed?
I was about to, anyway, that was my thought anyway, that all
Yeah.
these giveaways they are doing for civil servants, it's not going to work. It's not a lasting solution. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I'm young, as in when I was young, I used to think that this is a good gesture. To me, now that I'm grown, that I know about Nigerian politics, and I've been following
Yeah.
Nigerian politics, and I'm fully grown. I'm a grown man now to the point that I know when somebody is using me and when somebody is trying to help.
Mhm.
To me, I don't think
Mhm.
this is a help. I think this is a form of him just trying to build
Put
a
put
good
put
name
things
for
in place.
himself in the long run,
Yeah.
because it's not
Yeah. Well,
sustainable, as
he's building
Mr.
allies.
Said.
What he's doing is he's building
Yeah, he's just
allies.
building allies, exactly.
Yes,
So he's just trying
that's
to
the
build.
right word.
So all
Yeah.
this one is just for him for a second time. Because if he actually wants to
Mhm.
help civil servants, he should put that 100,000 into law. Let it be into law
Yeah.
that that's the minimum
That's what
wage
I meant
for
by
retail.
legislation. Make legislation or
Yes, that's
constitutional
that's the
changes. Yeah.
first step. Second
Mm.
step is the pension. Do you know how many civil servants that they are getting their pensions? These are ways
Yeah.
you can do a lasting solution and help to civil servants if you actually want to do help, not all this giveaway of
And
Christmas period
housing,
100,000,
housing.
one
You
bag
guys, you know
one
what?
bag of rice,
He
one
should get
one
everybody free lotto ticket
yeah.
for a football game. I
You
give you
can
one free
tap.
ticket for a
So
football
I,
game.
I, I'm not bought on that at all.
Okay, what
I,
about what do you
I,
think?
I understand that he's trying to. I
And also,
understand
this
that he's
the
trying
thing
to
about
change.
Fubara,
He's trying to make for
Fubara may end
himself.
up like Wike. It's just that he's smart. He knows now that in order
Yeah.
for him to be famous in his state in Cross Rivers,
Hmm.
he needs to gain the love of the people and everybody.
I
So
think
now
I
he's
think
good, but
I
we don't
think
know what
Mr.
he'll do when
I
he
think
becomes
Mr. Arif
powerful.
I think
Yeah.
Mr. Arif should be familiar with all these their governors. That is how their governors normally behave. First
Yeah.
time
This
like this, they
start
will
when in
do
fact
one or
he
two things.
stands, you now start.
Amechi, just name then from
Again.
Amechi to Wike to they
When hey,
all in
guys,
their first
when
time.
Trump when
All
Trump when
you know,
Trump steps
you
down
know
from
what they normally
presidency,
do? You know
yeah.
what they're not governors normally do? All the big infrastructure projects, like that won't have any impact in their
Yeah.
citizens. All these
All
bridge,
right.
build big
Yeah.
road,
So let's move
do
on.
this. It
But what I was
doesn't
gonna say is
affect it. They are still not
when
as
Trump
rich as Lagos State.
when Trump steps down,
Imagine.
I'm sure Nigeria will invite him and give him citizenship. He can become the governor of Cross River. I think they
Rivers
will vote
State.
for Trump. Nigeria will vote for Trump for
River
president.
State.
What are your thoughts, Afalabi? Yeah.
Well, the way I look at it, I think he has earned the right to give bonuses at Christmas.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
he
yeah.
has been
Mhm.
able to quadruple the internally generated revenue compared
Oh
to when
wow.
Wike was governor. He's making
Mhm.
almost times four, and those monies are being accounted for. Unlike in Wike's time, when his cronies were benefiting from the proceeds of the government. So whether he's using it to build alliances or not, I think is a good gesture for people that have
Yeah,
suffered
it's a
over the
good gesture,
years,
but people should beware. Just beware. That's all.
just
Yeah.
to be aware. And then, like you rightly
Mhm.
mentioned, Mustafa, those things have to go through the proper process. There must be a
Yeah.
representation from the State House of Assembly
Awesome.
and stuff. But I feel it's a step in the right direction, really. The problem with Wike
Okay.
was he was doing project, but there was no accountability, there was no transparency. He was just giving his cronies money and empowering them for influence so that when he leaves, he can still have a stranglehold on the state, which I don't
Yeah.
think is right.
Exactly.
I don't think
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fubara will go in that direction,
Okay.
really.
So let's move on to the next one. So,
Exactly.
uh, Warif, what's it about? President Tinubu responds to criticism about Minister Wike. So what's that about? Yeah.
No, he said Wike is one of the best ministers. That he's doing well,
Of
performing
course.
well.
So those guys are hand in hand. Yeah. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? The only thing I can say is that Wike and his boys are like impounding cars and stuff. Where's the money going from those impoundings? And
Building roads.
they made the wrong person when they did it to a military boy. Go ahead. But what do you think in general, Warif? Yeah. Yeah.
From this government, one thing I've noticed about Wiki and Tinubu is I think both of them they are going on well. And for him to have said that Wiki is doing well, one thing about Wiki is that Wiki has God. If Wiki tells you that he's going to bring down this building, he will do that. He will do that. I remember during COVID-19, he remember said your hotel or whatever, you bring it down. He did that. So for Tinubu to have said that Wike is doing well, politics aside, maybe he's seen the difference between the present FCT minister during in his regime and the previous one. So for him to have said Wike is doing well, let's say I believe him, but he shouldn't just go and be pulling down
But we have to remember
innocent
he's been helping
citizens in
Wike.
their house.
He's been backing Wike with all those issues when Wike was having issues with no, that's a separate story. But the president has helped a lot of people like with the what's it, Faro to me and all that. So I wonder if those two are in business together. But when that issue was going on between Wike
Agreement.
and Fubara, the federal government
You
was
know,
taking
you
the
know,
side
you
of
know, you
Wike.
know, you know, Wike right now, say Wike is like a Maradona. There's one thing I used to say, Yendeba, you do this, you do this. Because he's in
Yeah,
PDP, but the way he's doing it, as if he's causing confusion, you cannot really tell what he's doing. He's the
yeah.
Maradona of the game. He's beating them to their game between PDP and APC. He's just in between the line and he's playing the
You
game
know what
very
it is?
well.
Because he still has power in River State, which has a lot of oil and petroleum. So he's a very powerful
Yeah,
person.
yes, and he
He
has
still has
destroyed.
he still has power. And so that guy, I don't think he doesn't even need to run for president one day. He can still stay where he is and make power, man, and make money.
If I if I
He,
if I
we,
if I
No,
hear
you
if
see,
I
you see
hear
one thing about
Wike
Wiki. You
will
see
run
one
for
thing
president.
about
Wike
Wiki. Said,
like that guy Elon Musk. Go
You see
ahead,
one thing
go
about
ahead.
Wiki. Wiki has
Yeah,
words. Wiki has words in his mouth.
yeah.
If he comes to a place where there are crowds, he can easily, if you are not careful, he will
He
convince
can
you.
incite people.
And you just like him. He knows how to entice people. That's one thing
Yeah.
about him. He
But
studies
he
the
still
people
needs
and
to
he
work on his
uses
voice.
words.
He needs to work on his voice.
That's
No,
why
the guy
his
is very
voice
charismatic. He's
is.
charismatic. He's charismatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a. I won't talk bad about him, but he's very troublesome. He's a. You know what they call it? He's a naughty child. Very naughty. Then for him to say "over my
Mm.
Anyway,
body" and stuff
Problem
like that.
child.
for me on this Wike issue, let me not lie to you. First of all, I want to believe that Wike has some very very deep secrets of Tinubu
Of course,
for
he's
Tinubu to
powerful.
be backing him up.
Yeah.
Like
They are pals now.
I
They
have
are
a
pals.
conspiracy theory in my head concerning this issue that single-handedly I think Wike did a lot of dirty work for Tinubu in this
During the
last
election.
election and on the judiciary too. I think
Yeah.
he's the stronghold of Tinubu on judiciary level on this matter. So he's not even ready to do anything that will make Wike as in spill some beans on him. Because if
To make
Wike
him get
decide to
angry
spill
and
beans, yes,
Wiki
now
does not have to
decide
keep
to
doing it.
spill,
Yeah.
decide to spill some stuff.
You just
But
for
what
everything
that
open.
happened in this election, it will definitely bring the whole. So he's
Yeah.
protecting that relationship he
Very
has with
being
Wike.
careful.
It's not as if Wike is doing a tremendous work. We all know he has been destroying
Yeah.
people's properties. So Wike to me is assuming we have a very good we have a larger group of citizens that is well knowledgeable and they know their rights. People like Wike
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be governing us. He shouldn't be a
No,
leader.
no. He's a
How can
power
you be
player.
talking? You can see the uncouth ways he talks to citizens, like as if he's doing us a favor. So
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
can I respect such a
And
person?
this guy is
I
more
can't.
humble.
I can't. There's no
Fubara
way
is
I
more
can.
humble. Fubara is a servant of the people so far. Yeah, so far, but we'll see what happens. So, what do you
He
think,
believes he's
Afalabi?
larger than life anyway.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Afalabi, about Weekend?
Yeah, personally, well, I think people think he's a little bit high-handed, but sometimes you require some assertive leadership style to carry out some tasks. But my question is, what is the end game with Wike? You have
I don't know.
compromised.
I just think he likes power. He likes power.
Yeah, I think he's just power
Yeah.
drunk.
He likes power. Yeah.
You have
It's not even
compromised.
money. It's power. It's not
You
even
have,
money.
Yeah.
It's
He
just
likes
power.
power.
you have destroyed PDP. You know, you have
Also,
compromised your
Weekend, we want you to sponsor our show. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
you have
Go
compromised
ahead.
PDP. so that
Please,
APC, can win
no, we don't want wicked money.
the presidency.
Hey, you guys, I have Jack Daniels, Coca-Cola. Jack Daniels is Coca-Cola. All right. So I think we'll agree. He likes power. So very quickly, because we're time strapped, we don't have time. Even if we have to do 2 recordings, we will today. But let's talk about. Oh, did you have a point you wanted to finish before first, Afolabi? Yeah.
Yeah. What I just wanted to say was that I don't know what the end game is, because your career, as far as PDP is concerned, is destroyed, and you are a minister.
He's moved
You are a
beyond that.
minister, yes, in an APC government. So where does all this end up? And then why is there so much focus on landed property? There are other aspects of the federal capital territory that needs to be fixed. Is there some subtle strategy to try and reallocate some of this property?
They should go off the
I
green
don't know why
city
there's
and
so much
develop those
focus
areas.
on development and property and
Before
that.
development gets
Maybe
to
they
those
want
areas.
land. They want land, man. Next
I'm
thing you know, they'll be taking farms.
I'm a bit curious, really.
Yeah, and we're gonna do more research to
to
find
me,
out what.
To me, what they would have done, the federal government or the state government, whatever, before development gets to those areas, create the roads, the places that are reserved for government, mark it out. Just create the road so that as development is coming to the area, they will know that you cannot trespass. The lead plan is already there. Don't wait for development to come in and you now say people are encroaching into the road. This place is meant for government. This place is meant for whatever. No, just make the plans, let it be on ground so that as people are buying land or whatever, they know that this place is for government, this side is for military, but this side is for whatever.
The government wants to earn land and generate
which is the way it's done in developed countries. That's the way it's done in developed countries.
Yeah. But they want to own these lands, these politicians, and they'll find the ways to generate revenue from it. Yeah. They want to control the land. But anyway, let's go to one more.